Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. It's nice to have you at this time as you make that return journey from your various places of endeavor. And while you do that, we're here to keep you company, giving you the infos that will keep you 1,000 miles ahead of the game, and also talk about insurance. Insurance is very, very necessary at this time, especially now that things are really, really hitting the roof when we talk about the prices of goods and commodities. It's nice to have you join us. My name is Victor Oteri. Insurance on the Move is the program, and it is courtesy of ICO Insurance PLC. This evening, this insurance education will be continuing from where we stopped last week as we were reflecting on travel health insurance. So, what are the prospects of you tapping into a travel health insurance, especially when you're making that journey abroad or you're making a foreign trip? Okay, so that's going to be the focus. My guests are already seated. We'll be talking through that shortly. But also, we'll be letting you into the latest gist as it relates to your movement from one location to the other. All right, all that and much more will be part of the menu. But first off, let's take a detour to have a word from our partners. And when we return, yes, we will start having that conversation in full throttle.
Wow! What just happened? What kind of question is that? Can't you see? Wow! That looks like a brand new SUV. What kind of vehicle is that? What kind of question is that? Can't you see? Was it the motorcycle that caused it? Or the cooling van? What kind of question is that? Can't you see? But why is that man smiling and pressing his phone instead of pressing that careless man's face against the car's floorboard? And what kind of question is that? Can't you see? But what kind of man is that?
Wait, seriously, what kind of man is that? Yes, that's the kind of man that has prepared for the unexpected. The man that knows that when accident happens, ICO Auto Insurance Plan keeps you covered, so you don't have to worry. Get the ICO Auto Insurance Plan today. Call us on 0700 iContact, that is 0700 2442 668228, or visit www.icoplc.com to learn more. ICO Insurance, your stable friend. Yesterday, today, and always.
Sun through the rain, and a friend you can trust all the way, every day. Live your life, we've got your back, and so I will take you there all the way, every day. Yeah, stability assured.
ICO Insurance, your stable friend. Yesterday, today, and always.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Insurance on the Move. We set for the conversation this beautiful evening, but quickly taking you through the last update that we've got from our traffic managers, especially if you're making that journey on Ikorodu Road. Yes, you did hear from Akan not too long ago on what's happening. So the ongoing repair works of the expansion joint that's within the neighborhood of Odo Yalaro is the reason why we're having a slightly busy, so it's a slightly busy traffic along Anthony inwards Johnny Maryland heading towards Odo Yalaro. So nothing unusual. It's the same old stops. Traffic at Maryland intersection heading towards Mobolaji Bank Anthony is looking good until when approaching Nitel, where the passage is slightly busy at Total Filling Station. Well, Total Dispensing, right? That's also responsible as well. Traffic is good along the stretch of Oba Akran Road, Kodesor, as well as Oba Kinjobi Way. All those areas still looking good. Local airport, as well as Ikeja GRA, still looking good. And then we can tell you the flow of traffic on Oba Akran. Talking about the link bridge there, connecting local airport, is still very calm. So we'll be serving you more L-pins as they come in from time to time. But right now, let's switch gears to talk insurance, and let's see how best we can maximize this time around in terms of having a knowledge base. So last week, we started the topic travel health insurance and how significant it is for those of you that are traveling out of Nigeria. Of course, we give you a scenario of someone who went abroad to have fun, but he ended up falling ill, and it turned into a misery, and he had to spend more. Okay, and that's all because he didn't have a travel health insurance, whereby he could have just paid something little and a whole lot would have been settled for him. Right, let me bring in my guests. They are here to talk about that. Oyerunke Adebayo is a Senior Manager, International Travel Health Insurance for ICO PLC. Oyerunke Adebayo, nice to have you back in the studios. Good evening.
Good evening, Victor. Good evening, Lagos.
And how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Wonderful. Yeah. Joining her as well, making her debut on the program, Chioma Nwagu is a Travel Health Sales Officer with ICO PLC. Chioma, how are you doing? Good evening.
I'm good. Good evening, Mr. Victor.
And how are you doing?
I'm fine, sir. Hi,
Great.
everyone.
All right, then. So both of you are welcome. So let's just do some refresher course right now, Runke. Yeah. So we say travel health insurance. What is travel health insurance?
So thank you very much, Victor. No, last week we talked about what travel health insurance is. That is a insurance policy that provides comprehensive health protection to travelers on overseas trip. That is the outside the country of origin.
So anybody who's traveling to anywhere, be it Canada, be it United States of America, France, and even UK, they can be covered with this kind of health insurance, right?
Yes.
Okay. I also know that you talk about some of the things. What are the benefits that one can gain by tapping into this travel health insurance?
All right. So basically, for travel health insurance, it covers emergency medical and related expenses.
Okay. So you need to come closer to that microphone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much.
All right.
Covers emergency medical and related expenses.
Okay.
It covers repatriation or medical, reason, and it covers evacuation. So,
all right. So medical expenses. I mean, as you're there, one falls ill.
Yes.
That cover is there to protect him.
Exactly.
And peradventure, they have to switch you from one facility to another.
Yes.
The travel health insurance will cover it.
Exactly.
And if unfortunately something happens and the person passes on, you're saying that the cover is there to bring back the remains back to Nigeria.
Exactly, you've said it all.
Okay,
so that's what it covers.
Okay.
For.
I also that last week you also distinguished between the Schengen countries and the worldwide nations. Is that correct?
Exactly.
So which ones fall under Schengen countries?
So, as we discussed last week for Schengen countries, so these are the countries that if you are going to any of the Schengen countries, so they are classified as countries that they are relatively they will ask for an insurance cover, which is part of the requirement and it's very compulsory if you are going to any of the Schengen countries. And we talk about all the Schengen countries like the likes of Germany, of France, and of Denmark. So all those they even fall under Schengen countries.
Right. I think about 29 or 30 of them.
They are 29. Okay. So we have like Croatia, Bulgaria, and Romania, which are recently added to all the Schengen countries.
Right, which is good. All right, so that was just doing a kind of refresher course on what we talked about last week. So let's reflect a bit on this now. So, for instance, if I am planning a trip, and I'm going to be, throwing this to Chioma, if I'm planning a trip abroad, now is it appropriate for me to take up the travel health insurance cover 3 months before the travel date? Is it appropriate?
Of course it is. You can take a cover as long as you're sure of your start date, that's your travel date, and your return date. And it's also important that we establish this, that your travel health insurance covers you on the commencement date that was supplied to us.
Okay.
For your travel insurance, yes.
So 3 months. So assuming I'm going to travel in December.
Yes.
I can go pick it right now.
Yes, you can. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right then. So if there's a change of plan, or perhaps there's a change in my itinerary, can I still change the travel date on my insurance certificate?
Yes, you can. You can change your travel date as long as it accommodates the travel date that was given to us initially. So you can give us a date before the commencement date on the initial travel date that was given to us before.
All right.
So yes, you can.
All right. So, Oyenuke, peradventure, I did not inform ICO. Okay. Peradventure, I did not inform you guys of the change in my travel date. That's prior to commencement of the initial date supplied. So, what can be done to accommodate the new travel date? Is there anything that can be done?
Yes. Well, firstly, we will not encourage anybody that will not even inform us on the change of date, because as soon as the commencement dates, as soon as it has started, so there is nothing or nothing that we can do. But if you have informed us previously, like what my colleague said now, so we can do a change of date. But peradventure, you have started. What we can do is just like extension of cover, so which is going to attract a minimum amount that is going to be paid.
Okay.
So.
All right, because I'm just looking at all these kind of scenarios. All these things could pop up. Sometimes you register for a course, or perhaps the office is trying to send you for something, and that course is postponed.
Yes.
Those kind of things could arise, right?
Exactly.
Now, what if by reason of change in plan, I don't have a definite new travel date yet? What will I do, and how will my insurance plan be treated? Let me go back to Chioma on this one.
Okay.
So in this case, you need to notify us if there's a change of plan, maybe due to the change of training, or maybe you didn't get an appointment date. So you can notify us before the commencement date that was applied to us earlier, initially. Yes, you can.
Okay, so what it simply means that at every point in time, once I'm picking up a travel health insurance, I must be able to notify the insurance company of anything, be it change, be it a modification, anything that is responsible. I must be able to notify you guys. That's what it means.
Exactly.
Yes, before the commencement date that was given to us, that was supplied to us.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I would like you to give an illustration to explain this kind of suspension of reinsurance and insurance certificate. So can you just give us a kind of a scenario to buttress that?
Okay, let me just quickly say that. Let's assume Mr. John approached us, and he has even supplied a date or duration which Mr. John is traveling, and there is a change of plan. So let's assume that this change of date is just from 1st of September to 30th of September,
right,
which is 30 days. So, but there is a change of plan, maybe to the business trip or training. So, if there is a change of plan like that, so Mr. John will come back and tell us we can put a hold for a month, for almost a month. We can put a hold for a month until they have an appropriate date. So as soon as there is an appropriate date for them to commence on the journey, so Mr. John will be able to get back to us, and from us we can do what? We can now reissue another date. So but from that, that we've not issued any certificates at all. Yes, no certificate has been issued, but notification is the key, so that we can know, maybe to withhold the initial date that was supplied to us, so that we can apply the new date that has been provided.
Which is good. All right, so you put that date on hold.
Exactly.
But the new certificate will not be issued until a new date is applied.
Yes.
All right. So are there exceptions to this policy, Chioma? And if we have, what are those exceptions?
So we have a lot. I will just mention a few.
Okay.
So the exceptions are: we don't cover pregnancy or childbirth of the insured person, pre-existing medical conditions, war zones where we have terrorist attack. We don't also cover sexual transmitted diseases like HIV and AIDS, and we don't also cover cycling, no form of cycling, and a lot of them. So we also do that.
That sounds funny. Why not cycling? But you don't cover that, right?
I guess so. We don't.
All right.
We don't.
Any other thing that is not covered?
Yes, like I said that we don't cover pre-existing medical conditions.
Conditions.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we do.
Like diabetes, sexually transmitted diseases, and all those ones?
Yes.
Okay, all those ones are not covered at all.
Not
Okay. All right, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. This is Insurance on the Move, and this evening we still continue the dialogue on travel health insurance. It's a kind of policy that guarantees protection for those that travel abroad. But the good thing is that it has so many benefits, right? And if I'm to put it there, you could be covered from 1 week up to even 92 days. Is that correct?
Exactly.
All right. We're going to take a short break right now. When we return, we'll reflect a bit on what she mentioned, some of those exclusions or exceptions, as the case may be, pregnancy or child delivery, and pre-existing medical conditions. She'll be breaking it down for us in that. And also, you can join the conversation too, and that will be on 080-99-120-777 or 091-5387-7127.
Honestly, I am fed up of my street.
Hey, what's wrong now?
I think my street is jinxed. Over the weekend, my apartment was boggled and the criminals made away with valuables. They even took my son's toy treasure box.
Stable and reliable.
And just this morning, there was a huge fire incident in my neighbor's house and he lost everything. I mean everything.
Wow. Anyway, like I said before, stable and reliable.
What are you saying? Are you mocking me?
Abba, of course not. I just said
Obtainable,
stable.
portable, blah blah blah. I can rhyme too. It doesn't help my situation.
Okay, you remember I had similar experience last year, but thankfully I had signed up to a fire and burglary insurance plan with a stable and reliable partner, ICO Insurance.
Oh, now I get it now.
Yes.
But why didn't you tell me all this while now?
When the unexpected happens to your home appliances, ICO provides the insurance cover that makes you worry-less. Get the ICO Fire and Burglary Insurance Plan today. Call us on 0700 iContact. That is 0700 2442 668228 or visit www.icoplc.com to learn more. ICO Insurance, your stable friend. Yesterday, today, and always.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Insurance on the Move is the program. And of course, I see here with me in the studios, Oyerunke Adebayo and Chioma Nwagu, both of them from ICO PLC. And we're talking travel health insurance. Agege Pen Cinema Corridor this beautiful evening. Movement on Ijaye Ogba Road is still looking appreciably good. Approaching Odueron intersection inwards Obagunji. A little bit slow due to influx coupled with alternation. The stretch of Oba Akran heading towards Dangote U-turn inwards Mobile Ashade. It's a moving traffic being experienced. Guinness Akoni Duety connecting Mongoro Ashade busy due to some failed portions of the road within that particular location. Oniwaya Junction busy as well due to influx coupled with alternation. Okekoto better with traffic flow, but watch out for traffic light alternation. Old Ikpaja Road heading towards Shofunde as well as Agbotikuyo is busy due to alternation as well. All right, then. So let's get back to the program right now. By the way, if you have any questions, if you're thinking of traveling and you're very, very curious as to what to do, perhaps a travel health insurance might just be a rescue. Okay, so let's still dwell a bit on this. Well, you guys mentioned earlier on that pregnancy or even child delivery and pre-existing medical conditions are not covered. So you mean if I traveled abroad or if a lady travels abroad for child delivery and in the process falls ill as a result of pre-existing medical conditions, are you saying here that the policy does not cover that kind of a scenario?
Thank you, Victor. No, as we have mentioned earlier, I said that Travelette covers emergency medical expenses. So when you're talking about pregnancy, I don't think pregnancy is an emergency occurrence.
Okay.
So is what you have planned for. And when we're talking about existing medical condition, so that is not an emergency occurrence. So we are talking about something that is emergency.
Something that could arise.
So if it is an emergency, that is what Travelette covers.
Okay, so for instance, if I go for like a year or two, or if a lady goes for a year or two and in between the line she falls pregnant, can't the travel health insurance cover that kind of a scenario?
So for that, like what we have mentioned, that for the first duration of travel health insurance, the duration is for 92 consecutive days.
Oh, okay.
So if it is more than 92 consecutive days, although you can have a longer period, which is for like up to 4 years, but the validity of coverage is the first 92 days.
Okay.
So and for the first 3 months, and if you are pregnant, you're supposed to know that you are pregnant, because pregnancy is for 9 months.
Okay. All right. Let's get back to this. What information or perhaps what documentation do I need to provide in processing a travel health insurance, Chema?
So to enable us to process your travel insurance, you provide us with your data page, that's your international passport, a copy of your international passport, then the proposal form, the field proposal form, and also the evidence of payment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these three is just what is required.
Yes.
Okay. So we're talking about the benefits all this while, and like we do say, if there is no premium, no cover. So what is the premium payable to enjoy the cover, and of course, how is it determined?
So let me take that. When we're talking about the premium payable, like what we mentioned last week, that for like the duration of 7 days, you can get as low as 10,704 naira.
Wow.
So because we have different juicy plan, when we talk about ICO Travel Health Insurance, we have like up to 8 different plans. So it depends. It depends on the plan that you purchase. So the plan will still determine the premium to be paid and the duration and also the age. Those are the factors that determines the premium to be paid.
Right. So let's look at some of these areas, like Schengen now, for instance.
Yes.
How much would one have to pay in this one?
So, like what I've mentioned, like Schengen, we have like different plan for Schengen. We have like Schengen Europe. So which the benefit of cover is just like 35,500 euro. That is the benefit of cover. And we have the one that is Schengen Plus.
Okay.
So which the benefit of cover is 40,000 euro. So that is what I said the other time, that and we still have this cover. We have the age range as well. We have age of like 3 months to 85 years.
Ooh.
So age of 3 to 65 years. So the duration as well, it applies when we are talking about premium. So for like that, the premium of like 10,704 naira is just as low as that for a 7-day trip.
Okay.
And if you are going to Schengen, and which the cover is 35,500 euro.
Right. So if it's worldwide, what's the cover like? Is it going to be more expensive?
Yes, the worldwide is going to be expensive because for worldwide you go to any country of your choice, and we have the benefit as well, which we have the worldwide premium and we have a worldwide gold. It depends on what you can afford. So for worldwide premium, we have the premium that is being to the factor that is being splitted according to the age range.
Okay.
According to the age range and according to destination.
Right. So I'm seeing something here that talking about pilgrimage. Is that anything like pilgrimage cover as well?
Yes, we have pilgrimage cover. So for pilgrimage cover, those are the people that are traveling for Hajj. So if you are planning for your Hajj, or if you have a group of people that are planning for Hajj, ICO is a suitable place for you to book for the travel health plan. We are going for Jerusalem pilgrimage. So those are the category of the people that we classify as pilgrimage.
All right.
Yes.
All right, then Lagos Traffic Radio at the 6.1 FM. Let's hear from you, 08099120777. Some messages coming in. This one says, good evening, Traffic Radio. It says, Chioma, how can travelers select the right travel health insurance policy based on their travel needs and destinations? Bosse, from where? I just say, or what? Okay, so no, is it Bosse? I just say. All right. So how can people select their travel needs?
Yes. If I get what the caller said.
It says, Chioma, how can travelers select the right travel health insurance policy based on their travel needs and destinations? Bosse, I just said.
So I think it has to do with the travel destination and the duration.
Okay.
Will determine what you want to go for, because if you're going for a Schengen state, your Schengen states will determine how much it is. The duration also determine
Okay.
the
So
duration and
you guys have a recipe, a menu that people can choose from, right?
Yes,
Exactly.
so the
Okay.
duration will determine the destination will also determine which part, if it's Schengen or non-Schengen you're going for,
Right.
and the duration will determine the rate at
Okay.
which yours.
This one says, "Good evening, Victor and the insurers." It says, "Does travel health insurance cover pre-existing medical conditions, and how can travelers ensure they are adequately covered?" Thanks, Tomiwa from Yaba. Okay, I think she just talked about that a short while ago. Pre-existing
Exactly.
medical conditions are not covered,
covered.
Tomiwa. So
Yes.
definitely that cannot suffice. This one says, "What type of support can policyholders expect when seeking medical assistance abroad through ICO?" You didn't put your name, by the way.
All right. Okay. When we are talking about the support, we have an emergency support system whereby while you are abroad, on the certificate we have a contact, the contact phone number, whereby that one is of 24/7.
Okay.
If there is any emergency, so there is an emergency contact, and through email via that phone contact.
So
and
on the
we have
certificate,
also-
you get all those
Exactly.
details.
You have all the details on the certificate.
All right. This one says, "Good evening. How does the demand for travel health insurance change since?" Okay, no, I'm not. It says, "Good evening. How has the demand for travel health insurance changed since the pandemic, and what trends are you seeing now?" Dayo is sending that one in.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Let me just say that the trend in, let's say, the last like 4 years ago, is that immediately after the pandemic, the travel demand was so slow. And let me say 2020, the demand was so slow. But as from 2021, we have the peak of the travel.
So it started picking up again.
Yes, especially during this jackpot syndrome.
Right.
So everybody wants to
be part of it.
Part of it.
All right.
So
This one
it's
says,
very-
"Mrs. Adebayo, what should frequent travelers know about ICO's annual multi-trip travel health insurance?" Is there anything like
All right.
that?
Yes.
Is there anything like that?
Yes, if they are frequent travelers,
Okay.
what they should know, like what I've said, a frequent traveler can just have a certificate of cover that we cover you for like 4 years. We have the cover that long for like 4 years.
Okay.
And if you have that as a frequent traveler, that is what I would
You would
advise you to
recommend.
take.
Okay.
And if you take that, so the validity of the coverage is for that just the first 92 days.
Right.
So
and it will be cheaper, right?
it will be cheaper.
Okay. Let me just sneak in this last one before we begin to wrap up things. This one says, "Good evening, Victor. How does ICO's travel health insurance cater to families' trips, especially in terms of coverage and flexibility?" Mosun is send that one in from Oregon. All right. So do you cater for family trips?
Yes, we have for family trips.
Right.
If you are going out as a family, so we have a discount that we can give if it is the same duration and the same destination.
All right. Okay, then. So let's begin to take this home. For anybody who wants to pick up this policy, Chioma, where can they do that? How can they do that? They can get that from ICO?
Yes, you can. You can get that from Michael, and you can also get it online.
Okay.
To our website, you also get it through our website.
Okay, you need to
Yes,
speak to
ma'am.
the microphone so that we can hear you very well.
Okay.
Yeah, go.
Okay.
Right. Yes. So they can get it from where?
You can get it from our website
Right.
on www.icopsc.com. You can get it through our website.
Okay. All right. We'll leave it to that for now because of time constraints. Let me say a very big thank you to Runke Adebayo for making it through to the studios this evening. Thank you so much for being here. And to Chioma Nwagu making your first entry. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Mr. Victor.
Okay, then. So we have to go. The program has been put together by Definite Media Concepts, produced by Akan Hussein, and it makes a return next Thursday by 6:30. But till then, I am Victor Oteri. Have a splendid evening. Bye.
There's a friend who'll be there through the sun, through the rain, and a friend you can trust all the way, every day. Live your life, we've got your back, and so I will take you there all the way.
your stable friend. Yesterday, today, and always.